Hello everybody, welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Welcome to Lego Release Day. Getting started a few hours late today because today was Lego Release Day, August 1st. A lot of sets came out. Notably the UCS gunship, which I did not get. I'm going to take a picture real quick. And so I can post this on Instagram and get some more people in here. It'll be fun. So welcome. It's a kind of a haul day. And I'm a little out of sorts because I ran to the grocery store after, and then came home and had to let the dogs out and then eat. So, and let me tell you about the visit to the Lego store. So I'm going to give full credit to the people who have run the Lego store up to this point. And even today, there was a lot of nonsense that went on today, and it was just kind of a mess. So because Austin has gone to stage 5 COVID precautions, COVID restrictions. That means that most businesses cannot do in-house anything, right? They have to shut down, basically. Glenn! I was just recapping our story. So Glenn probably just got home as well. He probably got home a little bit before I did because he was done before me and I don't think went to the grocery store. So because this happened at about 7 o'clock last night, the Lego store knew that today was a release day. So they tried their best to communicate with us, the Lego users group, the TexLeg Lego users group, that they were basically going to curbside only. And even then, this was for just like regular customers. There would be a sign on the door saying, because of this restrictions, we can't do in-house purchases, and because of the fact that today's a release day, we also can't do curbside because it's just too much. So you're gonna have to order everything online, right? That was the idea. And then along with that was the communication that the TexLeg people would be okay to, they're like, we realize that you guys are planning this. We're going to try to make it right for you because we still got the shipment in. As long as you're there and you're part of TexLeg, the user group, get in line. We'll give you a phone number for like a special number to call. We'll get your order. We'll get you out of here, right? And we're kind of like, okay, well, that sounds great. How are you going to tell the non-paint or non-lug people from the lug people? And to be honest, there was no way. Like, I have a spreadsheet since I keep track of who goes to the meetings. I know who's in the user group, and I see them at the meetings, and I see them online. And Michaela was there, and Sin was there, Glenn was there, and Frankie was there, right, from our lug. Later, Emmasaurus and Mr. Emmasaurus were there. But they got there late, so they had to kind of be back in line. But they were part of the lugs. We talked to the managers, and they're like, we'll get them whatever stuff they need. We'll set it aside for them. Because, it's like, well, I'm not, but Emmasaurus is a several thousand subscriber streamer. And if she badmouths the store, or if there's a problem with the store because of something, everybody else who was in line was not a member of the lug. So the few of us got there early, and I think one guy got there, Sin got there at like 8, Glenn may have gotten there at 8, something like that, 8:30. I got there about 9:30. I think Michaela got there about 9:30. I know Frankie got there real early. So I mean, we were there. I was probably the last one to get there about 9:30. before anybody else had shown up. About an hour later, randos started showing up. We don't know who these people are. We've never met them. They're not in the user group. So we're just like, do we tell them that the store is going to tell them to just buy online? You know, so because they haven't communicated with us at all. And so anyway, it was a big mess, and the staff was harried, and they gave us conflicting information. And okay, so yeah, Frankie got there probably the first. Then there were 5 of us there from the lug early before anybody else. The staff was giving us conflicting information because one manager had told, or one person, I don't know if they were the manager or not, had told Michaela one thing. Michaela had then told the lug that information. So we were going off of that. When we got there, there was another person saying, no, this is how it's going to be run. And we're like, well, but we showed up. And so that going on. Plus, as soon as we were waiting outside the mall, you know, in kind of a queue, in a group. And as soon as the mall doors opened, everybody just like rushed, right? There were like people trying to like get behind us and run up and everything. And we're like, dude, sense of decorum, sense of civility. If you got here after a person, if you see that person's there before you, don't try to get in front of them. Just act like a civilized human being, you know? And they were all being snarky and all this kind of junk. And these dudes who got there probably about 10:30, when I gave you the phone number to call, they're like, he wasn't in line. I'm like, he was here 3 hours before everybody else. He was in line. He just can't stand here because he's got generalized anxiety disorder. I made up something. I didn't want to say he's pissed because the Lego store is being a bunch of weirdos. So anyway, it was kind of a nightmare. I mean, this was probably the worst release day thing I've ever seen. And it's all because, now, I'm not saying that the Lego store, the LBR there, messed it up. What I'm saying is that they kind of bent over backwards to try to make sure that people could get stuff today. They didn't have to. They could have been just closed, right? In fact, it would have been completely legal for them to be completely closed. So the fact that they were open at all, and the fact that, hey, Kodiak. Yeah, sorry I'm running late. I'm recounting the story of today was release day. So if I usually stream it, I was in line at 10 o'clock and I didn't want to really do anything. I didn't feel like vlogging. One second. So I just thought I'll get it and then I'll run back and do a quick stream. I'll probably show you what I got and then maybe build one of the smaller ones, but we'll see. You should watch. So knowing that the Lego store didn't have to do much of anything for us, the fact that they did do something was good. I think the way they communicated could have been better. I think the way they communicated with themselves probably should have been a little better. But from talking to one of the people there, and I'm not sure if I should say names because I do want to thank them, but I might do that in a survey. I want to thank them for being there, for being up until midnight trying to get things organized and then coming back at 8 a.m. the next day to get it all set up. They didn't have to do that. They could have just, because I think corporate said, if it's not legal for you to be open, then don't open. Tell everybody to go do online stuff. But I think they were like, no, we got a big community here that's going to want their stuff. So, I got what I wanted. I'm hoping Glenn got what he wanted. There were some things that they didn't have. They didn't have Boba Fett's ship, this newer, smaller one, which I wasn't going to get anyway. They didn't have some of the smaller Brickheads things, which I kind of wanted to get a couple of them, but they didn't have them. Like the owl, they didn't have. The Sugar Skull Lady Brickheads, they didn't have. They didn't get in, so I just ordered them online. Another snafu was that I had planned on spending X amount because I knew that I had X amount of VIP points. Usually when I go to the store, I don't pre-buy my VIP points. I just go in, give them my VIP information, and then they say, oh, it looks like, hey, John, my friend John, Glenn especially, John in chat right now, he's the guy I was telling you about who was going to go with me today, but We're going to try to get him into the user group because he's a big Lego nerd, and I didn't know this until like 6 months ago. So usually they'll say, oh, it looks like you've got some points to redeem here. Would you like to do that? And I say yes. So this time I was just assuming they would do that, and they didn't. I was like, oh, can I use my VIP points? And the person on the phone said, I don't see any redeemed. And I'm like, oh. And I felt like saying, could I redeem them now? Because I have like 18,000 points, and it was like $100. So I ended up not using my VIP points today, which was a bummer because it was a lot more than I wanted to spend. And I had moved over X amount out of savings to do this, and I feel like I took a little bit of a hit. But I was just like, ugh. So don't tell Beth. Yeah, the only thing that drove me to the store today was a sailboat. I didn't even really want the sailboat. It's great that we got it. I wasn't there for the gunship. I did get the van, so because I like the vans. I think the vans are great. So this is what we got. This was the gift with purchase. Let's just go through this. So yeah, the whole thing was kind of a mess, and I'm really not happy with the way it all handled out, but I understand that sometimes that stuff happens like that, and it's just kind of a... I think they do their best, especially since they're kind of like in a weird management. I think they're in a change of management. I think somebody's leaving or somebody's coming in. Yeah, you can redeem on the spot. Doing over the phone, it's a little weird. I was kind of hoping that I could go back to Lego and say, look, this is what happened. And it's not like I can get my $100 back. The most they're going to do is be like, do you want some more VIP points? You know, so my fault. But that does mean that later in the year, when this all adds up to more points that I purchased, I'll be able to redeem those and get, I guess, the truck. I kind of want the truck, and I think that's it for the year, unless something big. I'm not going to get the AT-AT. So this is the gift with purchase. So it's actually a pretty nice one. This is a pretty nice gift with purchase. So if you spent $200 or more or something, you got this. They were also limiting everybody's purchase to one set per person. So what they were doing is that you get in line, and then they come out and give you a phone number that's like a burner phone, and they on a sticky note. This is like way back alley garage, dark garage, parking lot kind of thing. And they, you call when it's your turn in line. When you're at the front of the line, you call them and say, "I'm here for my stuff." Now ahead of time, they've handed out order sheets. You put on what you want. You put down your VIP number and your name and your phone number, and then they collect all the sheets. And I mean, the line was 100 some people long, so some people weren't going to get some stuff. They had limited quantity. You call, you're outside the store. They do your bag for you. Give them your card number. They bring the bag out. You're done. You give the phone number to the next person online. So that's how it was handled. It was kind of a mess. It was a big old mess. So this is another set I got. I got the Mandalorian Duel, the Duel on Mandalore, which is not anything to do with the current Mandalorian. This is Season 7 of Clone Wars. I got it because I wanted the other Ahsoka figure, and I kind of liked the Maul figure a little bit, and it looked like it was kind of a fun set, and so why not? Hey, Walter, how's it going? How do you say good evening in Portuguese? Hey, John. So, John, Walter here is from Portugal, and my friend John, who's farther up in the chat, had designs on moving to Portugal at some point. I think that's past. So yeah. So then the other set was the Mandalorian Starfighter, and this is also from the Clone Wars. It's not from the Mandalorian. There's a lot of crossover, but this is, I didn't get the original one of this, and I think this one's a better version. I still don't like the stud shooters, but it comes with some pretty good figures, right? It's got Bo-Katan, older Bo-Katan, Gar Saxon, and a Mandalorian Loyalist. So those are always good figures. You ordered Star Wars stuff online last night. I think Boa Noite. Cool. I ordered some stuff in line that I knew the store didn't have, but it was just a handful of stuff. The other thing I got was the Imperial Armored Marauder, or the Trexler Marauder, as it was called in the show. I don't know why they couldn't use that name. Maybe it was copyright. So that's this one. I don't really... This Stormtrooper is very cool. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if there's another Stormtrooper like that. So this is very cool. I like that a lot. I already have a Grief Karga from the Razor Crest, so I didn't need one of these. But I did want to have a full-size version of this to put next to the Microfighter version that I've done of this. All right, so then come the big boys. Now this set I mainly got because I think it's great that they do. I like this ship. I really like this ship. I like the Arca 10's light cruiser a lot. I think it's a really great vehicle that was played heavily in Rebels. It was featured very heavily in Rebels. The fact that it's now in The Mandalorian is kind of cool too, because it feels like a very remnant kind of thing. Like Star Destroyers are in high demand because of how much power they command in each sector they're in. But this ship is like I could see them having a lot of these, right? And so every little warlord in every region would have a ship like this. So I thought it was great that they brought it back into The Mandalorian. I got it mainly for Fennec Shan. I've pieced out Fennec Shan's Microfighter. The problem I'm going to run into is that to get the rest of the pieces, it has to come from like 10 different Lego shops or Bricklink shops, unless I cut some corners or make some color changes, or unless I sort a little better and actually find some of these in my sorts, which is possible. So that may take a little longer than I wanted to, but if I don't start this right away, at least I got the Fennec Shan figure for her ship. So I'm excited about that. Also Moff Gideon, also a Dark Trooper. That's pretty cool. This will be the second Cara Dune, and then another Mandalorian. Older Mandalorian by the looks of it. No, newer, because he's got the shiny helmet. So there's that. So this is the one I was really excited about, and have been for a long time. Now the Havoc Marauder is on back order, or I pre-ordered it, and I got the confirmation today that it was shipped. It's been in warehouse for a little bit, so I should be getting it pretty soon. But I didn't order it today, and to be honest, I don't know why anyone would pre-order anything anymore. Pre-order means that if I can go to the store and get it that day and have it in my hands and come home and build it and stream it and show it and then display it and then tear it down before I even get the other set, there's no reason to pre-order it, because pre-order, even as soon as the day it releases, it goes into the warehouse and then it sits and then it ships, right? If it sits, it ships. So I don't know why I would pre-order anything anymore. And next time there's a survey, I'm going to bring that up with Lego. So this is the other big one. This is the T2 VW bus camper. I can't really get the whole thing in here, but this is I think this is more, I switched the camera. Sorry, everybody. I have the red one, so the T1. And I got it because I thought my grandparents had this when I was growing up. I think a lot of people's grandparents or somebody they know has a camper van. And I'm not sure if ours was the pop-up like that, right? That goes like this, or the pop-up that goes straight up. But now I got two. So, yeah, this was kind of a no-brainer. I knew I was going to get it, and I thought when I was doing my all my VIP points, I was like, oh, that's not too bad. When I add all this up, minus my VIP points, that's not terrible. Without the VIP points, it's suddenly kind of like, I should probably move some more over from savings so I don't miss rent. Walter, so you robbed a bank for all that? Yeah, I robbed yesterday's bin to do all this. Basically, I've been putting in savings since I heard that the the Marauder was coming. I knew the Havoc Marauder was coming out August 1st as part of the summer release. And so I just started saving from that point because I'm like, I know there's going to be a lot more sets coming out. A lot of Star Wars, probably one or two bigger things. So I'm just going to start saving. And so I started just putting stuff in. And so the savings that I had was basically for the wedding, but also for this. Like if I put a few hundred away, it was going to be fine. All right, so I think the gift with purchase, I don't know which I want to build first. Let's just start small and see where we go, because I don't want to do this all afternoon. I kind of want to keep this together for right now, just for a minute. I'm going to put it over here with my unopened Amelia Earhart set. So let's do, this is the dual, Mandalorian dual. And thanks everybody for being here. I know this was like last minute and not announced really, except for when I just put it on Twitter and Instagram. Oh man, you're kidding. Look at all them stickers. Set this small? Well, I probably won't put stickers on this. But these are some fun stickers, and it looks like they're for all these orange trans plates in there and stuff, so probably won't sticker that. Oh yeah. Thanks for being here, Kodiak. Good seeing you, and I'll be back regular time on Thursday. So yeah, this was very much kind of a nightmare scenario. And on top of it, yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, but some douche nozzles totally cut in front of us. Like they knew we were there before they were. And we get to the front of the store, to the, there's the mall entrance, we wait. Get to the store entrance, we wait. We get to the store entrance, there's these two douche guys. And they're like, no, we were here first. And we're like, you saw us. We were here at like 8:30, and you rolled in at like almost 11, and then just got to the store faster. So, way to be civilized, asshat. Just informing you of my plans. Well, I appreciate that. Say hi to your friends for me. I was going to make a big old announcement while we were outside, because I know Michaela was working on. They were very stressed, and they were trying to like figure out if it was our place to say anything, right? Because we are the ones that the store was kind of trying to be nice to, and they didn't have to. So, but I was like, dude, they were like, I don't know that that's my job to do that. I'm like, well, but if we don't get the sets we want after we were told that we're going to do it a certain way, then maybe it is our job to do that. My daughter asked for your streaming at the regular schedule. Sorry. I'm not streaming at the regular schedule because I was at the Lego store today. Walter's daughter sang me happy birthday the other day, and it was very sweet. Yeah, it's just a nightmare. So our resident badass, Sin, was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna be upset about this," and he basically was like, walked up to the front. And he's like, "All right, so we were here at like 8:15, and you guys weren't, so we're obviously in the front of the line." They're like, "No, we got here first," and he's like, "No, really." I mean, let's not be jerks about this. You saw us in the line at the front. Why do you think, it's just anything to get ahead. Any little thing. All right, these are both just shiny lightsaber hilts. Okay. It was so frustrating. So last night I went to a soccer game. And I watched the AFC lose. I've heard that their nicknames are the Live Oaks, which I think is kind of okay. But My boss had tickets and he couldn't make it, so he was like, "Do you want these tickets?" And I was like, "Yeah, sweet." It was against the Colorado Rapids, so I was like, "Oh, perfect. I'll watch my home state kick my new state's butt because they are a better team and they were going to win." And they did, and it wasn't ugly, but it was kind of a frustrating game because the AFC is just not doing well. Oh, look, I get an extra. This is a weird piece to get extra. In case I want 2 malls, I get an extra headpiece. Okay. So, so that was frustrating, but I did get to meet a friend of my boss's. He's like, he sees us sit down in these seats, and he says, "Do you know guy's name?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's my boss." And he's like, "Oh, okay. I'm his friend from whatever, and we used to work South by Southwest together." And I was like, "Oh, fantastic." And he has his son there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, when he was doing Create and stuff, I did the posters for Create. I did the robot poster." And he's like, "You did those?" And the little kid's eyes light up. He's like, "You did those? I have those in my room." And I'm like, "Ah, that's so cool." I was like, "Yay, that's neat." So that was fun. And the game was fun and whatever. It was just kind of a bummer that they lost. And they don't play that well. Did we all at least get what we wanted? So I think so. I haven't heard from Emmasaurus yet, and I didn't. Everybody kind of gets their stuff and nopes the heck out, right? I have a fandom, and because I have a fandom, now I have to watch my mouth because she's like 6. I'm like, ah. No more sweary be curse cussing on this channel anymore. But anyway, at least I try not to. So I got what I wanted. There was the sugar skull and the owl that they didn't have, but I just ordered that online while I was in line to get this. I wasn't able to use my VIP points, which is kind of a bummer, and I feel like I took kind of a financial hit that I wasn't expecting. Again, don't tell Beth. I will tell her in my own time. Please don't. But yeah, I think the only other person that I thought would have been there was Josh from Josh Builds Stuff, and I didn't see him. I didn't see our esteemed Lego ambassador, Will. He wasn't there. And I didn't see anybody else that I usually think of when I hear that a bunch of people have gone to the Lego store to get stuff. Now, that said, I do realize that we got pushed into stage 5 restrictions. So there were probably a lot of people that were like, yeah, I think I'm going to sit this one out. Because I don't want to be part of the problem. Fair enough, I get it. So here's where this set's gonna break down a little bit, is that this sticker needs to go on here. And doors for me and windows are at a premium. I'm not about to put a sticker on this. Is that already scratched? Hey, brand new and it's already scratched. Neat. Because it ships and gets buffered around, but you can see the scratches in there. Or maybe you can't. I don't know. If I do it at just the right angle with the light, you can see my crappy chandelier up there. So did you get everything you wanted, Glenn? Other than a raging case of ulcers? I've been kind of holding off on buying sets anyway. The Seinfeld one was kind of a lark. Like, I wasn't planning on getting that, but then suddenly it came out and I was like, oh, yeah, I could get that. Purchase. Then it turned out to be a very fun set. So out of the release stuff today, I think I got everything that I wanted. I don't think I'm going to go back to any of these sets that came out today to get any more. I'm probably not going to get the gunship. I don't think I have room for it. I could take down some of this stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure I've got 2 Kylo Ren shuttles. And I got a bunch of weird sets like the First Order TIE Fighter and General Grievous's ship and the newish TIE Fighter and X-Wing and the shuttle Tidarium, the newer Lambda shuttle. Those are probably going to be taken apart soon. What is the crocodile? So I don't even know what the crocodile is. Everybody's talking about the crocodile. And I didn't see it. I don't know what it is. Is it just a creator set? Is everybody going to build it and then put Loki horns on it? I'm going to have to look that up. I don't think my friend John is in here anymore, but if he is, John, we missed you at the Lego store. I hope you enjoy your gunship when you get it. My friend John has like a pretty impressive collection. It's all these really big, it's all the cars, like the big Technic cars, but also he's got a few of the Brick Vault sets and mocks that like both Vipers, TIE Vipers, Colonial Vipers, and I think he got some TIE Fighter, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe the Interceptor. Anyway, whatever they do in Brick Vault, he got a couple of those. All right, so without the model, without the stickers on it, right, to have this little thing look like the front of that. They couldn't have done this in a print, but without this on it, it just looks like a shadow box. So if you're looking to store figures, right, this is actually a pretty good way to do it and feature them. Right? That's not too bad. But without that thing on it, it just looks like a shadow box, figure storage, whatever. He's also got, like, I think you've got the Range Rover, and I don't think you've got any space stuff, like the space shuttle, but I can't remember. I think it's mostly cars. You sold me the tumbler. You don't have the tumbler anymore. Do you want it back? I'll sell it back to you. It would go well in that room of yours. But I thought you had another Batmobile, maybe the 1989 Batmobile. And that's it. It was all very well. The shelves were nice and they were well lit. And it was, I walked in, I was like, oh, this is a nice room. Little beer fridge. I'm like, brilliant. Waiting on the reissue. Kind of parts intensive fig display. It is. They're all simple parts though. There's nothing fancy about that. These two may be the most intensive, these tall bricks, but everything else is just a couple 2x4 plates, 1x2 plates, nothing big. These windows maybe. Okay. Moving on. Okay. All right, so what else is going on in the world? The Olympics wrapping up. We got one more week of that. Did you all see the wreck, the BMX guy wreck? I haven't seen it, but I heard about it. I kind of want to watch it, but I kind of don't. Dude is in the hospital. I think he's in ICU, has like a brain hemorrhage. Apparently it was very, very wicked crash. And it just kind of reminds people that they make it look easy, but when it's not happening right, it can be devastating. So I do hope the writer pulls through. And I'm going to try not to talk about it too much otherwise because I don't want to ruin anybody's love of not being spoiled by Olympic events who may or may not be watching right now. And besides that, I don't know. I know a couple of Americans won some gold in some games. So that's very cool. Time for some virtual rubbernecking. That's exactly what I feel like. I'm like, ugh, I'm an onlooker, and I don't feel necessarily right about this, but I can't look away. Yeah. So the latest Bad Batch came out, and it was actually pretty good. I liked it a lot. I haven't seen a whole lot of reaction videos for it yet, but I really liked the fact that it was kind of a big fight, and it was left as like a cliffhanger a little bit. So if you haven't seen it yet, I would highly suggest it. Yeah, the triple jump was really awesome. And I watched the 100-meter sprint where that Italian dude, well, I guess we're talking spoilers, where the Italian dude won the gold. That was very cool. I didn't see the results yet of the men's volleyball, so I'm going to go find that out after this. And gold medal Olympic swimmer Afal. Yes, I tweeted at him to, you know, say, hey man, what's your collection look like? Let's see your collection. Okay. That's like when everybody found out Orlando Bloom collected Lego. And they're all like, oh, he's such a Lego fan. And it's like, yeah, he's got like 5 or 6 cars back there on his shelf. I mean, yeah, cool. I wouldn't consider him, you know, a collector. But whatever. That is one thing that I get my panties in a twist about so often, is when somebody is called a Lego builder. It's a very stupid, nerdy distinction, but it's the idea of, look at this thing I made. Okay? Look at this thing I made. And to me, this part of Lego is fun. It's very mind-numbing, but this takes no skill, right? To be a Lego collector is one thing. You have some income that you can use to buy some stuff that you put together, and then you display it, and you either display it for a very long time and dust it and keep it up and keep it clean, or you display it for a while and then you put it in a bag and do it in the garage or in storage, or you break it down and whatever. But to kind of confuse the two of, I followed instructions, I painted by number, and look at this thing I made. Okay, well, that's a very good paint by number. Well done following the instructions. I don't know. I get really pedantic about it, and it makes me look petty, but it's mostly because I go out of my way to be a unique individual who also kind of makes their own stuff. And it's just apparently not as popular as people who just buy and show stuff. And that's where I'm going to leave that. Don't want spoiled, but until the part where I saw USA was losing to Argentina. Oh, I figured they were going to. They weren't favored. They were doing well, but I don't think they were favored. So I was a little shocked that they were... This was the semis, right? I was a little shocked that they were in that at all. So here's another... These... I'm not putting these on, but that would make that very cool looking, right? Kind of behind it. Because I don't have any of this color. This orange, translucent orange, and I'm not going to gum it up with a sticker. I could really use that in another way. I'm assuming this is going to go on there too, but we'll see. Yep. Oh, I like new trans orange. It's so clean. Oh, wow. Just pretty. Just fun to look at. It's like new candy. Still group phase. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to start taking advantage of more bricks and pieces when I find a set that I like. Or some pieces in a set that I'm doing new. And just order a lot of it. But in some cases, I figure I don't need this up here at the time. Don't need that, don't need that. I'm going to try to... what was I going to have up here? Nothing. Okay. I already spent spent a lot just getting this to then go and then drop another whatever to get more pieces seems greedy. Also, I don't have anywhere to put anything. I think the next bit of spending that I'm probably going to do is on shelving and reorganizing the room. If anybody's interested, I could do just a video on a walkthrough of the Lego room. It's not a city. It's not particularly interesting, but if anybody cares what it looks like to store all this stuff in piece form, I'd be more than willing to do a little walkthrough video of like, here's where I store everything. Here's what it all looks like. So let me know if you think that's a good idea or not. Trans orange, 70 cents. Yeah, I probably can't get more than maybe 10 of those. That's a lot. Are they newish? I've never seen them, so I'm assuming that they're newish. Oh, very well done. That's the perfect gap. I would have been trying to figure out how to close that triangle up there too, but that's a nice build right there in that gap. La 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 la. I wish Brady was there too. I miss seeing him and his hubby. They're nice people. Felt kind of weird being there with only 5 of us. It felt kind of like we were doing something wrong. Yesterday I went to a Lego exposition near my city with the daughter. Oh, how was that? That sounds fun. An exposition. Wow, what is that like? Was it like a convention, like people showing off what they build and stuff? Or was it more like, here, we're a fan thing, and here's a bunch of Lego you can build with, and here's a lot of vendors you can buy shirts from? Because we have both of those here, and one of them is not our friend as much. So I'd be interested to know which of those things you saw. I know what it is you saw. Oh, 2015. Huh. Well, I didn't have that set, so that would make sense. But this does feel like a Ninjago or a Chimera or a Shim, whatever it is, set. ×2. And we'll be done with this one pretty soon, and then we'll just roll into a new set. Elves. Okay. Another set I didn't get. The elves, I feel like the elves is kind of an underappreciated line. I really liked. I didn't get any of it, but every time I looked at it, I was like, I don't know, man. Those dragons are great. Probably should have got some. Also, I hear we have to support, or we have to buy directly from the store more via phone orders in order to help them with their ability to gauge what is popular and what needs to be put in stock. I'm really not sure what that does versus just getting it from, I mean, if I'm going there anyway, what does it matter if I'm then buying it online? I guess buying it online from them would be what we would do instead, I get. It was Guy's collection, or 60% was his collection. The rest some friend. He had a little bit of everything. Interesting. Every once in a while, this article will show up where somebody says, the world's biggest Lego collection. And they show it, and everybody in our user group goes, that's cute. And not even just our Lego group. I'm sure AFOLs all over the country are like, oh, isn't that adorable? You aren't looking very hard if you think that's the biggest Lego collection in the world. And I end up buying an AAT of Ahsoka. So did you buy a lot of Ahsokas, or did you buy that? Oh, the 501st set with Ahsoka and the AAT. Not the 501st set, but the yeah. I know which one. That's a cool set. I think the AAT model is a pretty fun model to build. I've always liked it as a design for a tank. I think it's very well put together. Kind of a high point for Clone War designs, honestly, from the droids. The droid stuff is hit or miss with me, but I always think it's a lot cooler than the clone stuff sometimes. But not the clones themselves. Okay, yeah, cool. Put it up on the socials. Put a gun in here and say, oh, a secret compartment. What was that for? Oh, it was for that thing. Okay. So extra bits. And here's the set. And apparently Maul gets knocked back through this window. So there's a little bit of play. Ah, smash. Ah, oh, smash through the window. And then while he's on the throne, secret pistol. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay, so those are your play features. And the other play feature is he gets locked up in here. And Ahsoka takes him aboard a Venator. And Order 66 happens. And she breaks him out of that thing, and he escapes, and she almost doesn't. But Rex is there to... Right? It's Rex. It's not Cody. All right, so there's your Duel at Mandalore. This is set number 75310, and it is 147 pieces. And I think it went for... I want to say it went for $20, but maybe 30. I'm not really sure. I think it was a little overpriced now that I think about it. So I got it so I can use the older Ahsoka figure that I have on a microfighter. Very cool. It's suddenly occurring to me that you could have a Scrooge McDuck style vault of Lego. Yeah. Oh man, can you imagine how much that would hurt? I've seen people do the videos where they're saying you absolutely cannot swim through a vault of coins. Like, first of all, if you just try to dive into it, you would kill yourself. But then also, if you were buried in it, it would crush you. And so it's like, all right, fun, I guess. Okay, so that's done. What's next? I guess the Trexler Marauder. Let's do this one. Kind of do these smaller ones first. Although, do I? Or do I want to crack into... No, I'll do these small ones first, and then I'll make a whole different video for the bus and the Imperial guy. The Imperial cruiser. See, I don't like it... Yeah, they call it a light cruiser, so that's good. I don't like they call this the Imperial Armored Marauder. It's an Imperial troop transport, and there was a remade one called a Trexler Marauder. Now, I don't know why they couldn't use the word Trexler, because maybe it's copyright, or maybe they had this design done before the show came out. But either way, I really wish they would stop calling stuff on the show, on the sets different than they are in the show. You revisionist jerks. All right, so this set is how many pieces? 478 pieces. There's 4 bags. This might take me another... I might get this done before the end of the stream. So we'll go till 4. And then I really have to take a break and go do some laundry. Crinkle, crinkle. And out of room over there. So overall, the experience netted a positive. Everybody got Lego. Oh, here's another thing I don't like. And have you ever noticed? I'm starting to turn into Rooney. And here's another thing. Finished the Seinfeld set too. Oh, I don't know if you all saw the Seinfeld set. Let's bust this open before anything else, because I think this set is super fun. I finished it Friday morning during the women's soccer game. I was stress building basically. So there's your Seinfeld set. It is a lot of fun. It is chock full of references. So I don't know how much you can see in here. First of all, it's just great looking. It's a good size. It looks exactly like the apartment. With the exception of this room over here, from what I recall in the show, this is more of a nook. This makes it look like an entire room. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I've always assumed that this back here, if you go through to the bathroom and go, you can see my finger over here, back this way, that's the bedroom, which we never see. I don't think we ever see the bedroom. It's got the cool cameras on top, or the lights, right? The light rigging, that's very cool. So George is holding a piece of French bread. I don't remember the French bread, and he's holding a fishing pole because at one point he was a deep sea fisherman. The great story about getting the golf ball out of the whale. What thing I noticed? Did I notice it before I remembered the Seinfeld set? So, yeah, I don't remember what it was. I think it was that this room was very small. I don't know if that's what it was or not. So we've got the Festivus pole. We've got, I don't know if you can tell. I don't know what those paintings are. I don't know what these two paintings are over here. This one looks like somebody's dad. This one is a car. I think Jerry's into cars. Here, you can't really see it, so I'm going to see if I can take it off. Oh, the baguette from the dinner party. Yeah, that's cool. Here's the painting of Kramer, the one that was like, everybody was like, thought it was done by a master or something. And then there's a painting, or there's a photo of a baseball player. Jerry's very into the Mets. Back here on this, which comes off pretty easily, is like a media shelf, and at the bottom is Fusilli Jerry. It's the Jerry made out of, come on, focus. It's a nice webcam and it won't focus. It's the one made out of noodles, so Fusilli Jerry. And then the show Prognosis Negative. I forget if that was one that they watched or whatever, or somebody was in. The green bike's hanging in the background. Elaine's got a goldfish, which is very cool. There's Newman with a piece of mail. There's Kramer, and he's got a coffee table book and a pretzel. These pretzels are making me thirsty. And so the fridge back there is pretty cool. It's got a sticker of Superman. Jerry's big on Superman. He's also big on cereal, so there's a lot of boxes over there. And in that corner is the picture of George. The glamour shots of him in his underwear. That's pretty funny. There's a muffin right there from the Muffin episode, the Muffin Tops. Trying to think of what other references are in there. There's a couple other little things on the fridge that I don't recognize, hot pads and pictures of things and more cars. And then there's Jerry, who's on stage. What's the deal with plastic bricks? I mean, they're everywhere. So, yeah, the goldfish is great. The goldfish episode. She's literally dying. I made the joke on somebody else's stream that Jerry had uromycetitis and he might die. And do you know what? It's very hard to spell uromycetitis and have somebody say that without knowing what the joke is, without knowing what the word is. I was like, yeah, it's from the parking garage episode where they got lost. and he had uromycetitis. And they were reading the comments, and they were like, and they have uromycetus? I don't know what that is. And I'm like, I was trying to think of how to phonetically spell it, and I couldn't. I did get sidetracked. What was I talking about? Thing you noticed was something that reminded you of Andy Rooney. Just as I about you open one bag. Did you ever notice? Oh, it was something about today's events. It'll come to me. Something I wasn't really happy about, and now I can't remember what. Oh, I remember now. I've got really gross nails. Apologies, everybody's staring at these gross nails. Keep better care of my fingers. So when you're standing in line at the Lego store, and there's a big line, and few people near the front of the line have Lego clothing on. I mean, I've got a Will Heron original with a white stormtrooper there. And you're standing in line, and the store is not open yet. And no other store has anything going on. There's no people waiting outside Lane Bryant or The Gap. So you must think, okay, well, I'm not a big collector, but I know Lego's a big deal because I keep seeing these BuzzFeed articles about how Lego's worth more than gold, right? So if you were to see a line of people waiting at the Lego store, what do you think they're waiting for? And do you think that it is your duty to walk up? And I don't mind the ask. I don't mind the, hey, is something coming out today? Is something special at the Lego store going on? Is something special at the Lego store happening? Great question. Let me tell you. But if you just walk up and go, what are y'all waiting for? Oh, well, they've just released extra large jorts at Banana Republic, and we're all just waiting for those. I just cannot do without any other pant style in my life. I have to have jorts. So I did this at conventions a lot when we were waiting for autographs from people, and people would come up and they're not even going to stop and go, oh great, I'm going to get in this line. They just go, what's this line for? And so I would always just say bathroom, and they go, and they kind of look at you, and you're like, well, you're the dummy who asked. There's a sign right there that says Frank Miller, XL George, shut up and take my money. I'm sorry. I beg pardon. Just one more thing. I can't do the eye. Sorry about this, Mr. Scientist guy, but I gotta ask you one more question. What's this line for? Well, let me tell you. Another white stormtrooper. Although he does have a cool cape on him now. Or not a cape, a pauldron. That is a pretty cool pauldron. Oh, balls. Oh, my dogs are okay, man. I left them alone for like 4 hours, and then I came back and immediately started doing this. So, I mean, I let them outside, and they went to the bathroom. They don't have to eat or anything, so they're just napping, I hope, and they're not tearing anything up. They can follow me into the bedroom to do laundry later. Just tackle all the clothes. So I thought about doing a stream tomorrow night, but we're having our roof redone. So I don't know how long that was going to take. I love how Columbo gets the guilty to essentially admit their previously jealously guarded guilt. Yeah, he's great at like dumbing his way into it. He's like, I just don't understand what you're talking about. Walk me through it. And like, oh, you're such an idiot. well, here's this, and if you can't figure that out, and he's like, okay, I beg your pardon. Apparently, I just missed that little thing, and then you can just see them go, shoot. So yeah, if you are ever going through a line, and you're in the mall, and you're walking by a store, and it's for this store, and people just walk up to you and say, what's this for? We were all very nice, and we all just said today is new product release day, basically. It's like a bunch of new sets are coming out, and we're very excited to get them. But this one guy was like, why? He just kind of wandered up. He's like, what's this for? And we're like, new Lego sets are coming out today. Can you not get them online? We're like, I mean, we could, but then we'd wait for them. But why? You know, we're like, oh, you just must be a super winner. Because thanks for being here. Thanks for, you know, and Michaela says, look, I already feel bad enough about committing so much capitalist nonsense. Just let me get away with my consumerist guilt and go away. Very good. Very good, Michaela. Shout out to Michaela, too, for hurting all of us little ducklings as well as she did. Big thanks to Sin for kind of standing up for everybody and not letting the jerks of the world kind of push us around outside the mall. Oh, yeah, this is a mortar. Dunk. Thung. If I have learned anything from repairing ATMs is that people en masse don't watch their surroundings. So they see a line, but they don't look around to see clues as to why. Yeah, they're just like, it's one of the best things. It's one of the most fun I have if I'm just like randomly downtown for no reason. Like I'm going to see a show or I'm by myself getting food and like I'm just kind of down there hanging out. And I just like looking up and just seeing how many people come up and look up with me. And then I wait until like a few people are there. And then I just kind of walk away. Or until you hear the person go, what are we looking at? It's like, nothing. I'm looking at a bunch of idiots who stopped on the street to look up. The jerk store called. They're all out of you. That's what I should have said. I think we're going to call you Coco the Monkey Boy. I watched a lot of effing Seinfeld. Foomp. So Glenn, one of my favorite sounds is another piece of artillery, but it's fictional artillery, is the sound of a thermal imploder on Battlefront. It just makes the most satisfying sound. It's got that sound of like a depth charge, where it's got like that initial thunk and then another boom kind of thing. So it's got like a double bottom out kind of thing. It's so good. I will say second to the highly dubious physics, but immensely gratifying sound of the it's that weird charge that Jango Fett's Slave 1 releases, and now Boba Fett's does in Battlefront. What's it called? It's not a sonic charge, it's a seismic charge. It's a seismic charge. Yeah, look, if you can just find a wave file of the thermal imploder, it's so good. It's usually carried by the Wookiees. In Battlefront 2015, you could pick it up as a power-up, and then in 2017, it was just relegated to the special units, the Wookiee special unit. And it's very, very cool sound. It's got a little bit of like like it's going to wind up and then... But yeah, that seismic charge is a really, really cool sounding. No basis in physics at all. I mean, this is literally a space fantasy weapon. Because it's like, you know, wouldn't it be cool if we had a bomb that sounded like a guitar? You're like, what? That makes zero sense. Oh, I know, but it's just this big old shockwave of sound that goes out into space. I want you to dissect that sentence a little bit, and let's pull apart the sound in space thing, and let's recap on that. But admittedly, it is a really cool sound. Super, super fun. Makes me want to go play the game right now. But I'm building with you guys. Yeah, I guess I'll look for I don't know if Michaela's going to stream later or not. I know she was a bit hangry. Emma's going to... So, okay, Emma Soros will be streaming at 3:30, so in about 20 minutes. She'll be doing her build stream, so go check that out. That's all I can see. I don't see Josh is on here. Maybe Josh is taking a break. I didn't see him at the store either, so... So yeah, if you weren't a fan of... Here, I'll put her stream in the chat. This is... So that's Emma. That's another Austin person who hasn't been doing Lego for like a really long time. Her then boyfriend, now husband, had this channel first and did a lot of stop motion with Lego a long time ago. So the channel looks like it's been around for a long time, but she just started doing more of these buy and release day, new purchase, unboxing videos kind of within the past 6 months or so, or like since August, I think, of last year. Big following. A lot of people know who she is, so go check her out. She's also a deal hunter, so she works with a bunch of other people to figure out where all the good deals are coming from and everything. Butt chop! Just popped in. I'm hard working for the thumbnail for next weekend. Thank you very much. I was going to message you about that because I like, getting that ahead of time and get the word out for people. But I will have hopefully a very cool event going on my stream. But now that I bought all this garbage, maybe I will build one of these for the 72 hour instead of what I had in mind. That's a lie. I'm totally going to do the cool thing. At least I think it's cool. So yeah, this week I need to nail down who's going to be on with me. I think Brad said yes. Kodiak said yes. I don't know who else did, but I think I'll talk to Michaela and Josh. I don't think Emma would. I say Emma. Her name's not Emma. I think it's Emily, but I think it's just Emma Soros, and everybody just calls her Emma. So yeah. Try to drum up a handful of other people. I sent the schedule link to Kodiak to pop in the chat here. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Yeah, and I usually do a nice text file one for my description. So if you need help with that as well, so people can put it in their YouTube descriptions early, that would be great. Because I know I do that and then people end up copying it anyway. So if we've already got one, less work I have to do. I have to admit, Glenn, I have a bit of a man crush for Sin. He is like super cool. He's like all the things I want to be. Maybe not all the things, but a lot of them. So I find myself gravitating towards wherever he is. Oh no. Lost a piece. Man down. I think it went under the computer. Huh, I guess not. Where did that go? Interesting. All right, well, I'm going to go find this piece in my own collection and look for that piece later. Don't anybody move. I'll be right back. Still here. Still here. Baby. Kaylee, it's me. That was hilarious. The dumb dog. Think me shouting is somebody coming to rob them. Thanks, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the information for everybody. Remember, next week from today, There will be actually starting this Thursday will be the 72-hour, now the 78-hour. It's a long thing now. Lego community stream. So please come by next Sunday at 10 a.m. for my segment, but please go check out the list of events for everybody and try to drop in on as many as you can. Drama on Emily's last video. Yeah, I saw that. The one where she walked, it basically street date stuff where they're like, yeah, it's on the shelf. I'd like to buy it. You can't. Why put it on the shelf? I mean, that's like the perpetual, we know it's released on this day. Why isn't it out? Or, hey, you got something on the shelf that you can't sell yet. So why are you putting it on the shelf? Because we didn't know. Because we're just Walmart employees. Brick Bods. I don't think I follow Brick Bods. They're not streaming now, so I guess not. Cy O'Connor was streaming earlier. I missed his. I always miss like the cool factor that Mike that used to be with Brick Vault. So there's a bunch that are like, oh, I keep meaning to watch that one and I keep missing it. I also think there was a lot more stress than I wanted there to be for having a fun day of going and purchasing new Lego. So I think my days of release date are over because this was fun. Getting it early and being like the first to build it is okay, but I don't have a big enough fan base to worry about that. I don't have anything monetized. And so it doesn't matter if I get these first or not. I'm not counting on hits or anything. So I think I'm just going to start ordering online for stuff and just wait. And just get it when I get it. It's no big deal. Plus, then I won't forget to do the stupid VIP thing. God, that still ticks me off. Oh, it's like just throwing away money. And again, don't anybody tell Beth. She'll find out eventually. Because I'm going to tell her when she gets home. But I don't want to bother her at work, so. Oh, if you're a Pokemon Go player and you sent me a raid pass or an invitation to a raid, I'm not raiding right now. I just saw a thing. Oh, no. It's just an announcement. Like, here's our next thing. Very studly bod you got there, big fella. And by studly, I mean it's full of studs. That studly bod is clutch. Just. Oh, so I didn't really show you guys this after I built it, but there's your yellow stormtrooper, which I find fascinating. I don't think was there another yellow stormtrooper so far? Focus. How do you focus the camera? Experiamo. There we go. It's pretty cool. I like the mold on the helmet too. Good printing. Here's Grief Karga. Focus on Grief Karga. Got a little more salt in the beard this time. No. There we go. Pretty good print. Cy O'Connor, we were just talking about you. Were your ears burning? Say, I heard that there was somebody who was talking about me. And so here I am. And Jiminy Christmas. Oh, I guess it's not too late for you there. At least it's not 2 in the morning like it usually is. So we've already done the Cy. We've done the The Mandalorian, the Duel on Mandalore that we did this earlier. Working on the Trexler Marauder or the Imperial Troop Marauder or whatever. And then there were other purchases made today. There was the light cruiser, the Imperial light cruiser, the T1 VW, and the Mandalorian Starfighter. And then along with that was the gift with purchase of this guy. So that's cool. I realize also I'm kind of most excited about the dolphins. I don't have dolphins. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, this is going to be a fun little build. I haven't even decided if I'm going to open it yet because I'm wondering if maybe I could do a giveaway with this. I don't know. Do you think this would be worth a giveaway? A clutch of AFOLs. That wins, Glenn, forever. Just popped in to say hi. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Kodiak is also just kind of lurking because I think we're on the go with him. Don't text and drive, buddy. World is crazy enough as it is. Do this times 2. Bam. Bob's your uncle. Bam. And there you go. I'm not really sure if this is the chill EDM I'm looking for. We're gonna have to go back to chiptune. Not a real fan of. I'm awake enough for this. I've had coffee. Uh-oh. Was there a way? Okay, there was. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Bag 2. Oh, good call. Ben just robbed a bank before he went live. Oh no. That was a loose piece. I must have just been clinging to this. I didn't rob a bank, Walter. I was frugal in my spending for the past 6 months. And I saved. I scrimped and I saved. Actually, because of the pandemic, we got... we weren't doing a whole lot for a long time. So, I mean, it's like we weren't going out. We weren't going to movies. We weren't going to breweries. We weren't going to fancy restaurants. So we were just kind of... It's like being stuck at home with nothing, not a whole lot to do. And, like, well, I guess I'm going to start putting money in savings? What? What is that even? And I guess I'm going to buy a little more Lego than normal? Maybe? So that's why that happened. And again, I spent more today than I wanted to because my VIP points, I was stupid and didn't try to redeem them. But in my defense, they usually do that for you at the store. And like Glenn said, again, they were probably, I mean, doing it in person's one thing, but doing it over the phone, although it was over the phone and I could see them through the door. So, I don't know how in person I could have been at this point, but I like how they got that burner phone to do the orders for everybody, and they still answered it when you called them with Lego retail store at Barton Creek Mall. This is so-and-so. And I'm like, dude, you know who's calling you. I'm right here, you know. It was pretty funny. At least I thought so. Do. That's pretty funny. I mean, it's like gold, right? Isn't having Lego like having gold? That's what I heard. That's what Fox told me. I saw people with all the new Star Wars sets and got more than one of each. You did? So normally, I feel like you can get more than one of each in normal times. They will put a restriction on, like the gunship, I think you can only get one. And the other sets, it was like you can only get two. because they want to make sure the stores themselves have limited quantity. They only get in a certain amount. And if they know they're going to have a rush that day, they're going to be like, yeah, we're limiting it. But then later, they'll probably ease up on that a little bit. Because they don't have 100 people in line waiting and then have to deal with well, I waited in line for 2 hours and now you're telling me there ain't any in stock? Go check in the back. Like, there's no back, sir. It's all out here. Although in the case of the Lego store, there is a back. You can ask them to go check the back. And we have. Say, you got any of them boxes of loose brick in the back that I could just buy off you? Where does that second one go? Because that was in this step. Oh, they did it early. Okay. As someone who's made instructions before, I get the fact that sometimes these things get missed. So that is totally okay. I'm not going to make a post about it on AFOLs of Facebook or whatever. It's like, look at this. They messed up the instructions. So? You figured it out, didn't you? The Facebook is full of pictures of people showing the buyings. Well, unless they were told, like unless their post is, haha, look at these suckers. They told me I can only buy one, but I bought 6. Right? I mean, I don't know how wrong that is. I think it's up to each store. I'm not sure. Oh, this sounds very like Knight Rider. Oh, that's a cool effect. I like that. That's pretty cool. You can see that. It's a cool little gun. Yeah, this is very Knight Rider-y. I love it. Oh, you know what I need to do is I need to go back and finish the Transformers series. Has anyone watched that? And if you have, what have you thought so far? This is the series, The Transformers War for Cybertron, and it was basically a trilogy of series. It wasn't season 1, 2, and 3. It was basically like part 1, part 2, part 3, and each part is 6, 8 episodes long, and they're about 20 minutes. And it's G1, it's Generation 1, but it takes like a little bit of a slight turn from the original story, but it's vaguely outlined as the original G1 story, where there's a fight on Cybertron and they flee and they're trying to find more resources, and the Decepticons attack the Autobots as they're leaving Cybertron, and they both crash onto Earth. But there's a lot that happens before that on Cybertron that is kind of reminiscent of some of the comic books and the movies. And then later, when they crash on Earth, they run into... I'm not really spoiling anything because you can see this in the trailers. But they run into the Beast Wars Transformers. So Optimus Primal and the Megatron that's a T-Rex and all those characters. So far, it's pretty cool. Like, the voice acting is fairly well done. The guy playing Optimus Prime is a little... trying too hard to be Peter Cullen. But I'm enjoying it. I think it's fun. The Jetfire episode was very cool. I like the way they told his story. I don't like scalpers, period. I think buying to resell is like the laziest form of marketing ever in the history of anything. But it's also straight up capitalism. I mean, it's... got to get me my dollar somehow, and they do. So, oh wow, that only goes on with that one. All right, so unless I did something wrong. Huh, I may have. Well, let's see. Let's go back a little bit. Because I feel like... Nope. Yeah, that piece goes there. All right, so I think they messed up somewhere. So here's the deal, yo. All right, so there's your side. And you've got one bar there, right? You've got one pin sticking out, okay? And you've got this that's supposed to attach. And attaches to that one bar, or that one pin, right in there. But there's nothing else out here for this other Technic brick to connect to. There's these 3 panels right here, and there's no other one of those. So I don't know what that Technic brick is for. Unless the hole in it provides some measure of not resistance for the turret. Okay, I'm a little confused by this now. But I guess we'll see, won't we? Because, I mean, that just... It's kind of loose. Just kind of rattles there. Unless it's supposed to rattle. I don't know. Okay. Turn. And again, one pin right here. One pin. All right, so it's 3:30. If anybody wants, now's the time to jump off and go to Emma's channel. I think. I don't see that it's live now. Brixie is also currently streaming. And Brixie also had a haul video earlier. I don't know why I follow some of these. I'm just like, look at my wallet. Anyway. Neither here nor there. Yeah, I think it'll get. It'll probably get a plate put up here. But why have that? Why have that Technic brick in there? That may be another thing where they're like, well, we need to put more Technic bricks in here to reduce the weight. So we're going to substitute where we can in the build, so it doesn't impact the price. Maybe. Je ne sais pas. But I mean, here it is. Here's the first one. And then this, whatever. So I trash talked my stepmom yesterday because they're still in Colorado, and she is a huge Colorado Rapids fan. And the AFC played the Rapids last night. And I sent her a picture. I'm like, hey, we're at the Q2 Stadium. We're about to play the Rapids. And she's like, yeah, go Rapids. I'm like, yeah, that's funny. Although I knew very well that they were going to kill us because AFC does not have a good team right now. They try, bless their hearts. They're scrappy. And they haven't lost by much, right? They're not getting blown out. They're losing by 1 goal at a time. So, I mean, they just haven't been able to, like, finish. You know? They've got good ball movement. They've got possession a lot of the time for most of the game. They just can't. Once they get into the penalty box area, they just can't seem to follow up. So she tagged me in a thing this morning. She's like, "Hey, what happened?" I'm like, "Oh, we suck! Hooray!" That was a lot of fun. Some good old ribbon. Wild Fish Man, how are you? It's hard to lose by much in soccer. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get people invested in watching soccer too. If you spend basically 2 hours and it's 1-0 or it's 0, like it's knotted at 0-0, and they're like, well, who wins? And like, nobody, it's a tie. Well, what is that? Somebody needs to be a winner. No, they really don't. I'm good, thanks. And you? I am doing well. Thank you. I've got some Star Wars Lego here. Today's release day. Went to the Lego store and got some sets. And I'm going through some of the smaller ones now. And then later this week, I'll go through maybe one of the bigger ones. So I'm excited. Wild Fishman, are you a Lego fan? What brings you by? Okay, and here's our second one. Right? 2. But yeah, I just like watching plays unfold, and to be able to watch like plays almost unfold, and you just like, oh god, that was so pretty and so close, and it just didn't pan out. Bricklink says 1x2 brick is technical version is 82, so yeah, weight savings. It's just an idea. It's just a thought. Maybe that's it. But I think over like if I'm saving 0.01 grams, is that worth it for one set? But I guess if you multiply that by whatever shipping is for hundreds or thousands of these, maybe. Do I like football? Like American football? I like it enough. I grew up watching Monday Night Football, and I live in Texas now, so that college football is a huge thing. I've kind of shied away from NFL a little bit because of their practices and whatnot, but I think they're doing a little better towards the health of the players and the mental state of the players and some of their interactions with people. The last couple of years, I haven't watched Monday Night Football or Sunday Football or anything like that because of that, and it really kind of broke my heart because I really, really like watching football. So, yeah. So that's where that is. I do like watching football. I am a hockey fan. Hockey is my sport. I think it's the most skill level having, fastest, hardest, most exciting sport to watch, period. I challenge you to find a harder hitting, faster, grueling, more exciting sport out there. Really. Like, show me somebody who can do what these guys are doing without skates, much less also being on skates. It's pretty, it's terrifying, it's rough, it's perfect. It's such a perfect sport. Australian rules football, yeah, that I can get that, because they also don't wear pads. They also aren't going very fast. That's the other thing, is like they may hit a little harder, but hockey players are going so much faster, and you have to keep your head on a swivel, you know. But Australian rules football is definitely a very, very rough game. So I will give you that one. Ferda. Top sniping Selly boys. Ferda boys. When is season 10 coming out, John? Do you know? How are you now? Good and you. Not so bad. I put that show down as one of my desert island draft shows. Like, you get 10 shows to take to a desert island. I'm like, Letterkenny. Not even a question. And for those who didn't pick Letterkenny, it's fucking embarrassing. Pardon my language. Because it's getting a little squirrely. Oh yeah, see, now it's attaching it. So I don't know. That kind of stuff, I want to email. I want to be able to contact the designers of the sets. And just say, yo man, what's up? Why did you do that? Why this move? Currently filming, probably not until next year. Did you know that it's live? Letterkenny Live is coming to Austin. I don't think I'll be able to go because everything's going to be closed, but you totally need to watch it, Glenn. I've only been saying that for like 6 months. But you do you. I need to watch Ted Lasso. I need to go after tonight. I think I'm going to try to get Beth to finally watch it with me. Because she's been the one holding this whole process up. Yeah, Letterkenny Live, the whole cast. Just that it's basically skits that they haven't done for the show. So you should check it out. Only reason I know is because of the stupid emails that I'm constantly getting from Letterkenny. Alright, so we're going to have time. We got 20 minutes left, and I got 2 bags. Don't think this is going to happen today. My self-imposed time limit of 20 more minutes. Or maybe I just go till this is done. How about we do that? Better Off Ted? Yeah. That's a good one, too. I think I am going to finish this because then I'm going to put it next to the my Microfighter version. So we can compare. That should be fun. Oh, very slick. I like when they do that, when they start embracing the, it doesn't have to be on the stud kind of build. Right, it's centered a little bit better. I like it. Extra pieces. Bag 3. I gotta do 2 more stormtroopers. Hooray! Oh, look! You know what? Look at this nonsense. Black Stormtrooper! F yes! Look at that. That makes me happy. I mean, he's got a helmet on, so you can't really tell, but still. Good stuff, Lego. Well done. And a lady. Female Stormtrooper. That's super cool, too. Because we do see in the Bad Batch when they're training, when the clone commandos are training basically human replacements, there's like, it's a mix of people. It's great. Color and sex, they aren't doing, because the Tarkin doctrine is not up with alien species. So that's still a thing that they don't do. But I think that's a little better when it's speciesism, because we really don't have that. It's not like we're like, oh, well, you're a Quarren, you're obviously you're obviously bad at math or something like that. You know, all Zabraks are terrible drivers. Although that'd be funny if they did. Dude. See, this is good music right here. This is good. Foot tapping, Lego building. Speciest. I think we probably have that in some extent, but I don't know why we would have it. That's on Tarkin. Can't blame Lucas. I think we can blame Lucas for Tarkin. This is actually going pretty fast. I wouldn't be surprised if we got this done at 4. Oh, this melody sounds really familiar. Do, do, do. Right? I can hear it, but I can't. The music's still playing. It's drowning it out. but I love it. And I'm happy I haven't got dinged on pretzel rocks, because there was a time when I started using pretzel and like the middle of my streams would be interrupted. They'd be like, nope, you got flagged. I'm like, for what? This is supposedly the stream free. Oh, dagnabbit. Oh, you're kidding me with this. Well, that's one that my cat's gonna find later. Man down. Oh, there it is. Huh. Didn't actually go that far. So I'm a little sad that our new on Twitch visitor didn't stick around to talk about where he found his love for Lego. It's like blaming a parent for a kid robbing a bank. If your kid is George Lucas, but he can't be held responsible for the actions of Tarkin. Man, I may need a day off tomorrow. This day was rough. Had to leave early Friday. A friend was having a bit of a crisis and needed help. And so texted my team at work and I was like, small family emergency. It's not really an emergency, but it's, you know. I'm like, all right, well, let us know if you need anything. I'm like, I don't know, moving truck? Do you have an extra moving truck? That's kind of all we need. Some nice, solid snot building going on there. It's very pretty. You can see it sticks out a little bit on the back there. That's not perfect. That's something I would do, and then freak out that it wasn't flush right in there. But still nice. Oh, stud shooters. I hate the stud shooters. Those are good pieces too, those clipped tiles, corner tiles. Nice, nice, nice. Not uncommon, but I don't see them that often. Me scribbles a doctor's note for Ben's boss. Dear Ben's boss, thank you for the soccer tickets the other day, but also he had a rough Lego day. Please excuse him from all activities. I mean, honestly, I kind of have to go into the office tomorrow, though, because I don't even know if this is going to happen or not. We're getting our roof worked on. Our landlord decided that because of the hail, we all had a huge hail thing recently, that he was going to redo the roof, which needed it anyway. So that's scheduled for tomorrow, and on top of not wanting to be here during hammering and stuff overhead for 6 hours, they turn your AC off at the beginning. And I should have thought about this ahead of time, but I didn't. So when they're up tearing the roof apart, they're not throwing stuff into the fan of the AC. So they turn that off. So it's not, they turn it off and then they cover it. I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So I'd be here in Texas August without AC, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the office for a little bit. But it's supposed to rain, like starting now, really. And I don't know if they're, and like all day tomorrow. So I don't know if they're actually going to work tomorrow or not. But we've already got like the dog scheduled to be out, and I don't know. It's just, what are you going to do? All right, this is a little much. Can I skip? I can't skip. Okay. Well, we're just going to deal. This isn't Spotify, so sorry, everybody. We're all stuck with The Shaman's Lair by Abstraction. Hey, Abstraction. I dig the song. It's all right. It's just, I was in a mood and it kind of lost the mood. Must one more thing. Must one more thing? Where we are so far. This isn't going to be too bad. I'll have this done pretty soon. Mute type goodly. Just one more thing. Just one more thing. Before you go, I noticed your air conditioner was on. Is that something that's always on? Can we turn that off? How do you feel about that? That's like the weakest Peter Falk ever. That's my Peter. That's my Columbo if he was reading a fantasy novel to a young Fred Savage. Do you want me to finish this? Then shut up. I like the way that came together. Kind of wish there was more to that window, though. It's going to be like where they can see through and stuff. Right? It's looking pretty good so far. So Glenn, where do I get some of those trays that I can put all my parts in so they don't like... My problem really isn't that they slide off. It's like I do this, pachink, and it shoots off. So I don't even think having a tray here would help much, but possibly. I so like when they hide trans pieces underneath other things. It gives it that sort of effect like there's going to be a lit button there or something. You know those ones that like we do sorting in for text or for lug bulk where there's like it's a tray with a raised outside edge and then there's like a corner that's cut off so like you could pour it. They're like pill trays or something. Hey Greg, how's it going? You're just in time to see the last bag of the Trexler Marauder. Or the Imperial Marauder, whatever they want to call it. I'm calling it the Trexler Marauder. Because that's what they called it in the show. The Rockler trays. Thank you. Can you get those at like a CVS or something? Oh, brilliant. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's a pretty good front. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. I wish Lego made a UCS scale Mass Effect Normandy. Yeah. You should design it. Go download you a copy of Studio and get cracking. because Lego will never make a Mass Effect anything. I can guarantee you that. But if somebody did an ideas set of a Mass Effect Normandy and it got picked up, I mean, that's not a line. Voltron's not a line that Lego did. Tron isn't a line that they did. So I mean, go make one and put it up on ideas. And if you're lucky, you too can have a shot at history. I'm Casey Kasem. And now, back to the countdown. Keep reaching for the sky and keep chewing on those cigars. Oh, somebody already did it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen them on like convention photos of like somebody did a giant version, or just even around Instagram and stuff. That Star Wars, I'm going to say Star Wars loosely because it was just a big moon base. But Glenn knows what I was talking about. That big old hub space station Star Wars set that won Best Space or Best Star Wars or something like that at Brick Rodeo. That was pretty impressive. Is Katoric the builder for the UCS or for the Normandy? All right, last bag, and then we're done. And then I'll see you jokers on Thursday for more hijinks. I might space these out a bit. Maybe on Thursday I'll do a... See, the problem is Thursday's eating into other... When it started at Thursday at midnight, it was no problem. I should talk to Butt Chop about this, but Thursday is my normal stream time, and that's going to be the beginning of 70... It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to be watching anyway. Except my awesome... Although, you know what? No. You guys, I'm going to put these in the link, and whoever starts in my slot, or whoever starts 8 o'clock on Thursday, you should go check them out. In some cases, they may be a small streamer who's just starting, and this is a big thing for him. I don't know. Corey's build, okay. Was I at 2013? Was that the one? Was that? Let's see. 11 was Austin. I've only been to the 2 Austin ones. 11 was the Omni. 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 was here at the weird little hotel on 290. And then 16, 17, 18. So 19 was back here at the Arboretum. Then 20 was going to be Houston, put off till this year's 20, and then it's back next year. One of these years, I probably should get into going to all the other conventions, but no, I don't like... I haven't got to the point where I feel like I want to travel for a convention yet. Like, if it's in Austin, great. I don't know if I want to go to Dallas or New York or Seattle. Oh, no. Nope. That's wrong. Do we have another one? Yeah. Mayor of Millbrick starts it off at 2 p.m. Central on Thursday. 2 p.m.? My goodness. That's an 82-hour stream. Hi, Brick Pasta, by the way. God, that's a lot of people. Wow. So yeah, I would tell... Who's streaming? Do you have the... I can't look right now, but do you have the list? Who's going on at 8 p.m. Central? Or who's on then? They may not be starting right then. Yeah, Glenn, I'm even talking like I didn't go to Houston or Dallas or San Antonio, and I probably should have to be like a supportive tech slugger, but I just couldn't. There was always an excuse. Something got in the way. Something, we're out of town, whatever. But I don't know. I will endeavor to improve. Mostly because I'm going to be, like, involved. And I probably can't bow out like that anymore. Sorry, everybody. I know I'm kind of, like, in charge of something now, but... Woo! Roman 2022! What time Saturday are you looking for? No. So I'm on Sunday at 10, my usual time. That's my slot. But my other usual slot is Thursday at 8 p.m. And I wanted to know who was doing the 72 hour at that time. Because if it's like a small time streamer that I don't know or haven't heard of, I might like not stream so I could go watch them instead. But if it's like somebody's got thousands and thousands of subscribers, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna stream. I'll just keep streaming. I'll keep my slot. They aren't gonna hurt if I'm doing my own thing. I just don't want to take away from anybody. Fazoom. 6 to 8 Thursday Central? Who's after Fazoom? Because I think I knew Fazoom generally does that time. And he doesn't need the help. He's a good dude, but he does not need the help. What is my favorite Batman comic? Seeing as how I never really read Batman, I'm going to go with... The Dark Knight Returns, the leather-bound graphic novel that I got signed by Frank Miller at San Diego Comic-Con in 92, let's say. Let's see, 91 was high school, 92 was my first year... I think it was 92 or 93. Because I could go to... it was fun going to San Diego when there was like nobody there. When it was like a quarter of the basement of the convention. Hoosier Bricks doesn't need help. Fine, I'm going to stay on my regular schedule. Wow. I really like Miller's art. I think he did a pretty good job for The Dark Knight Returns. Old Man Batman. I think that was a fun thing. I liked the young girl Robin. I think that was a great character. But I will say it wasn't really a Batman comic, but I think either A Death in the Family or The Killing Joke are probably among my favorites. Dang it, that's the wrong piece. I just think when which Todd, there was Grayson, I can't remember their names now. Dick Grayson, something Todd, Jason Todd, and then one more. One of them became Nightwing, one of them became dead because the Joker killed him, and then one of them became something else. But I think it was A Death in the Family where the Joker just beat Robin to death with the crowbar. I know it looks a little silly now, like if you see the panels, he's just like, ah, but you're reading it going, what the ever-living heck is, and then he's like, yeah, he's dead. End of comic. What? That doesn't happen in comics. Nobody dies in comics. Blew me away. Could not believe it. I was like, oh, he'll be back later. Nope, no, he won't. He dead. And then like Barbara Gordon got shot in the stomach and it broke her spine, and you're just like, what is going on here? But the Killing Joke was really good too, because I like the sort of look into like the mental state of the Joker and his past. It was kind of interesting. Tim Drake, thank you. So Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Dick Grayson. And I don't know what happened to them. Again, one of them became Nightwing, one of them became dead. What did the other one? I think just quit. There was another series of Batman comics. I say I've never read Batman, and suddenly I'm remembering all these that I did. When Bane broke his back, and they thought he was dead, and so there was all these, Batman that shown up, or the mantle of the Bat had passed to whatever, and there was that character Azrael. I liked that a lot. I know that's a controversial opinion because a lot of people thought that was dumb, but I really kind of liked it. I can't explain why. I just thought it was really cool. All right. Close that. We're getting there, folks. Almost done. Yeah, I was more of a X-Men comic person. X-Force, X-Factor, Excalibur, Uncanny. Some of my favorite comics were the X-Factors done by Larry Strawman. I just thought those were amazing. Like, I'd never seen anything like that before. And just completely blew me away. Some New Mutant stuff. X Gen 13 I liked because that was kind of mutant-ish. So yeah, big X-Men fan. And then got into Image Comics a bit. I mean, got almost every new thing that Image put out those first couple of years. Even the weird stuff like what was? Oh, now I can't remember it. It wasn't like the greatest. It was like Shadow Wing or Shadow Knight or something. Shadow Wing. X-Parrot. It's an X-Parrot. He's pining for the fjords. Yeah, some of those titles weren't great. They didn't last, obviously, but some were pretty good. I was a big fan of this artist named Wiles Portacio, and he did Wetworks, which came out. That was his Image title, and this came out about the same time as like Wildcats and Savage Dragon and Spawn and all those. And I just thought his art style was so amazing, but like the release schedule just never lived up to it. Like, we're constantly waiting for the next issue, and it's like, well, it's been 3 months. And I think I had heard he's hard to work with. Like, he was kind of a jerk, and his art tended to not be great the longer it took to put stuff out, which is weird. Like, he wasn't a perfectionist. He was just like, I don't know. I really liked his stuff. I was kind of sad when I found out all about the negativity in, getting it all released and everything. So, yeah. Wildcats was always kind of solid, and that was Jim Lee. It's like a known good quantity. Anything Jim Lee draws is amazing. His contribution to the Extinction Agenda was, in my opinion, some of the best comic book work I've ever seen. Just brilliant. So good. Oh, that's neat. So, there's the turret. Grief Karga sits in the back. Padoo, 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 padoo. Pew, pew. Alright, is my phone officially dead yet? Come on, Chiptune, play a song. Is there still music? Yeah, okay. Let me know if that's too loud. I had to put it behind me to charge. So let's see, is Emma Soros live? Yes. So 120 people watching Emma Soros. Go watch her right now. Brixie's live with the gunship. Bricanista is live. And that's it. And me. So we're all live. Go say hi to some of them. Jump off. Go say hi to the other people. Tell them that Ben sent you. And they'll be like, yeah, who? We are here. I'm pumped for the 72-hour streaming. I'm not even streaming. Neat. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I like doing... I like the ability that we have that we'll be able to just like jump in anytime. Because I'm not going to be able to watch 82 hours of Lego streaming. Especially since it's going to be either this, somebody building, or 10 people talking to each other about Lego. And you can only take that for so long. But I'm going to do my best to pop in. Trying to think of what else I've got going on this weekend, if anything, that might interfere with that. Because if I don't, I'll just watch it a lot. Or I'll at least like turn it on and have it play in the background for anybody who's watching it who would like to have some views. I just keep the volume down. That would be fine. What's up, Michaela? Keeping all us ducklings in a row at the store today. If Cranky Bricks is still going when you get done, that's my destination, as much as I like Bricanista. Yeah, I don't know why I don't watch Bricanista more. She's really sweet. She's really nice and... what's the word I'm looking for? Not earnest. Genuine, maybe? I don't know. Everyone has remembered to like the stream, right? Thank you. Michaela, I think, needs a badge that says I organized the line at the August 1st release, 2021. And everyone would go, ooh, you were there? Tell us all about it. Don't leave out the details. Yeah. So the question was asked, Michaela, did you get everything you wanted today? Were you denied anything for reasons like out of stock or limits or anything? Or did you walk away at least satisfied with the purchases? Frankie Wright's here too. My goodness. Frankie was also in line with us today. Frankie was first, y'all. I don't care what Michaela says. Frankie was first. Hashtag Frankie first. Hashtag Frankie was right. Derp, derp, derp. Cat herder and failed. That's what I did one year. Put on the stream and listen to it while other things are going on. Yep. I'm probably going to do that if I got time. I can sort and just kind of leave it on in the background. That's a good idea. Frankie. Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but I had $100 worth of VIP points that did not get redeemed because I was waiting for them to do what they usually do and see that I had 18,000 points and to go, we see you've got some points. Would you like to redeem them? And I would say, yes, I do. And they go, okay, that gives you this. And so because they were so harried and Glenn had said, and because the phone is a little more dicey than the... than doing it in person, they probably were just like, we're just not doing that. And so I was like, and so my total came up. I'm like, did you use any of my VIP points? And she's like, I don't see any redeemed. And I'm like, oh, well, there's $100 I wasn't expecting. And suddenly the total that I was expecting, which wasn't bad, still kind of big, but I'd been saving for it, so it's okay. Now without it seemed like that's a dumb amount. That is just dumb. Dumb. I don't know why I did that to myself. So I feel like I need to go get a second job just to pay for what I did today. Oh, really? Because the last time I was at the store, they did it. They're like, we see you've got some points. Do you want to redeem them? I'm like, yeah, sweet. When we did the R2-D2 thing earlier, I used them. So I don't know. I guess they're forcing that stupid do it online thing. Fine, I'll do that. And honestly, I don't know that I want to go to the store anymore. I think I'm just I'm going to let Josh and Emma have, and Michaela have their, I do this day one purchase and then I'll stream about it later kind of thing, because I don't think I can do that anymore. I will just buy it online and just wait till I get it. Because it's kind of a pain in the butt. They're not always going to be like today. I get that. Maybe I'll go hang out with everybody and just buy like 2 things. Oh, you're kidding. Really? Posted where? Here in Central Texas area, or just on like eBay, unknown location? That's dumb. So dumb. Hate it. I get it if you want to resell it for face value, like if you buy 2 and you want to get, I don't know. I don't like any of it. I don't know why I said that. Now I'm mad. Now I has a mad. Now I has an angry, and I gotta go. Somebody's gotta push on my off switch. Because work has all my energy. Fair enough. Yeah, after this, I have laundry to do after this. And then I probably have to make dinner when Beth gets home, because I am the dinner maker. But, oh God, and it's 4 o'clock. I feel like the day's already gone, and all I did was stand in line to get Lego. But this ish is already done. And I got 2 boxes, which I dig these boxes. I don't know if you know this, but these boxes with the prints, these imperial prints on this, and the Arabesh, that's really cool. I like that print. As much as I don't like scalpers, it takes 2 to tango. It does. People won't buy it if... People won't scalp if the buyers aren't there, and the market always seems to be there, so... Alright, so there's your storage. And I'm guessing you could put BBs in here. I just call them BBs. I don't know what they want to be called. I don't know how those boxes identify. So there's your extras. These things all shoot. You get your stud shooters up here. Pew pew. Stud shooters. You get your stud shooters over here. Pew pew. Right? These are all your studs to be shot. These are your figures. You got a black stormtrooper and a woman stormtrooper. That's cool. This guy's a white guy. You can switch the heads how much you want. You can put the woman in charge, put the black guy in charge, whatever you want to do. Grief Karga is a black man because it's Carl Weathers, so it's got to be that. I don't know if you can see that. There he is. Got a little more salt in the beard than last time. Yeah, so there's your Trexler Marauder, or your Imperial Troop Marauder, I think is what they called it, which was a weird name. Imperial Armored Marauder. I think it looks a lot like the one in the show. Oh, that's what I was going to do. So let's compare. Microfighter version, actual Lego set version. So here you go. There you go. Real Microfighter. So I do know that I don't think the show version had these front cannons. I'm pretty sure it didn't. There were no front cannons on it. The armored troop transport does. This guy does have front cannons. I specifically checked. The Marauder didn't. So them adding this is kind of a thing, right? But got your thrusters on the back, got the same thrusters, got a little turret on top, right? Got the guns on the sides, so it did have guns on the sides, and that has guns on the sides. These kind of cool turrets. Those are pretty cool. You can move them around, right? That's pretty nifty. And yeah, so there it is. All right, everybody. I'm off for now, but I will be back Thursday, despite the fact that I may be interrupting Who's Your Bricks 72-hour stream segment. But please don't feel that you have to stick around for that. If you want to go check out all of the 72-hour streams, I will post links. I'll go get the thing that Butt Chop posted in the... I think he sent it to us in Instagram, or a link earlier. And I'll post that in a video thumbnail, a placeholder for my slot. So please go check out all those people. And if you aren't subscribed to all those people, make sure to subscribe to those people. I'll be back on Thursday. I think Thursday we'll probably do the Imperial Cruiser. I think I want to do that one. And then for Sunday, I may not even build anything. I've got Brick Pasta, thank you, posted in the chat. I'll go back through Discord. That's where it's kept. And get that link, and I'll put it in whenever he gets the thumbnail to everybody. I'll post that up. So Thursday, be here, be low key, build, chat, whatever. And then Sunday will be a group. Michaela, do you want to be on my stream on Sunday when we do our 72-hour thing? Let me know. If anybody else wants to be involved, just drop me a line on Instagram or message in the chat or find me on Discord, in the TechSlug Discord or whatever, and just say, yeah, I want to be on your stream Sunday at 10 a.m. It'll be kind of an event thing. It may not be a whole lot of Lego stuff. I have an idea of what I want to do, and it'll be kind of interesting and different, and I hope it works. So let me know if you want to be involved. I can have 9 more people, and I've already got 2 or 3 that said they want to be in, so just let me know. Again, find somebody doing some live builds right now and go watch them, and have a great rest of your weekend. And yeah, links don't seem to go in Discord. I can copy and paste. I'll find it. If not, I'll cycle through this when we're done. But yeah, thanks for coming by, everybody. I will talk to you soon. See ya.